And straight away we can see that AMC closed 5.49% for that session of the 18th of February, and it's now up 0.28% in this post market. Let's see which one next. ISPO. ISPO was down 50.35 after gaining about 700% at some point in the previous session of the 17th. Let's see whether we can find any news at all, anything that is mentioning ISPO at all. Okay, it was halted about twice in this session. Nothing, still no news. Okay, see the volume for this session was way lower than what it was yesterday. Way lower than what it was yesterday when it ran up huge amount of gain, So let's see now, which one again? It's SKYH. SKYH is down 7.87 now in this session. I think we had a target of 13.37. We had a target of 13.47. At some point it reached that, it exceeded that target, but and reached 14.58, and after that it began to retrace. So we got one target right, but so far it didn't close there, it didn't sustain that, it couldn't hold that, couldn't hold up. Reached it and actually moved sideways and flattened. Yeah, we can see some sideways movement here, 1, 2, 3. So this sort of handiwork of allow me to say maybe bots, so SKYH company it provides infrastructure for private airlines. Provides infrastructure for private airlines, and it recently went public as well. I think it just went public recently. Started trading publicly recently. Now it's down 10.26 in this post market. Okay, let's see which one again. The next one will be, okay, let's see whether we can get any news for SKYH. It is just a case of halting and halting and halting. It's just a case of halting, it's nothing else. The volume for this session was 19.263 million shares. Okay, next one is MTEK. These are mostly the biggest movers as at the close of the session of today, the 18th of February. Up 2%, and it was up 20%, 20.74%. At some point it was actually more than that. The gain was okay, how much did it gained 0.39, so it was trading at 1 point and some fraction. So we at that point, that will be $1.88. So okay, that's a huge one. I think close to this will be close to, I think, maybe 60% or thereabout at some point. Okay, let's see whether there's any news concerning the stock. Okay, there's some news here. Oh, a lot of them. What is this here? MTEK Limited, a B2B provider, business-to-business provider of intelligent video transmission technology, today announced that in an interview with CEO and founder Israel Bar will air on the Red Chip Money Report on Bloomberg TV February 19th. That's tomorrow. Okay, Bloomberg TV is available on an estimated 73 million homes across the United States. The Red Chip Money Report is produced by Red Chip Companies Inc., an international investor relations and media firm with 30 years experience focused on discovering tomorrow's blue chips today. The Red Chip Money Report delivers insightful commentary on small cap investing, interviews with Wall Street analysts, financial book reviews, as well as featured interviews with executives of public companies. To view the interview segment, please visit that website there. Okay, so that's the only news we know that has been. Well, can we say it's the reason why it gained 20%? So right now we have the volume was 15.477 million shares. Let's get back to the market depth and see whether there's anything going on here. MTEK up 3.52 now in this post-market session. Let's look at HOOK. Hook IPA. Hookkeeper Pharma Inc. up again 24%, but currently up 0.81% in this post-market session. Let's see whether we can get any news. There's no news. Volume so far was 65.862 million shares. The stock, let's look at the daily chart. It's been around. It's been rumbling for some time. Okay. Momentum strongly bullish. RSI also strongly bullish as well, but the underlying trend is a bearish one. Of late, the stock has been showing strength, I think. Okay, let's look at CYN. Gain 22.54. We're actually looking at the stock in our previous session, and we didn't get much out of it, and suddenly, yeah, it did spike. Somebody was the person I was chatting with in my pre-market stream was pointing out to the stock. It was saying that the stock was going to squeeze, and it did squeeze. Yes, it did. No news. Volumes 816,336. Optionable, let's see. No options. CYN. CYN Inc. Who knows what to do? If you just join us, thank you very much. Okay, let's look at DTSS. DT data C down 0.43 in this post-market session, but was up 17.05. Let's see what's going on there. No news. Volume 1.48 million. DTSS, Data C Inc. Okay, we also know that the SPX closed below $43.58, so 43.58, which may portend to yet more downward movement. Let's see. It's this is the futures. It's showing strength now. It's now at 4355. This is the S&P futures. 4355 and closed at 4. This is the cash, closed at 4348. Let's see whether we can find any news, any broad market news, there should be some news, breaking news, broader market news. Okay, this is towards the end of the session. It says here, the likelihood of Russia invading Ukraine may temper the outlook. U.S. Federal Reserve's action. Stifel said in a note on Friday. President Joe Biden on Thursday warned about the very high possibility of invasion, with U.S. intelligence maintaining that Russia has increased its forces near Ukraine's border, while Moscow officials continue to deny it. This has cast uncertainty on the size of the initial rate hikes slated to be announced in March, even as policy officials are under pressure to take action soon to keep the increasing inflation in check. Okay, earlier this week, investors anticipated a 50 basis points increase, the odds of which have now slipped back to 40%. Okay, so that's some. According to that, that's some hot item. So that's some. Okay, let's see what happened in Europe here. See, Russia exposed European stocks. Russia exposed European stocks have been under pressure for weeks amid their fears Russia could invade Ukraine, and the standoff has triggered volatility across European stock markets. After Russian-backed separatists in breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine announced an evacuation of residents on Friday, Germany's main stock index, the most sensitive to a potential conflict in Ukraine, fell more than 1% and headed towards a fourth-month low. Hit earlier this week, the United States has said Russia could invade Ukraine at any time and might create a surprise pretext for an attack, and reaffirmed a pledge to defend every inch of NATO territory. Investors are monitoring shares most at risk from potential sanctions against Russia, including banks, oil, mining, consumer and construction material companies with exposure to Russia and Ukraine. City analysts said their basket of European companies with Russian exposure has underperformed during periods of heightened tensions as in 2014 and 2018, following Western sanctions against Russia. The investment banks, a list of almost 40 European stocks with exposure to Russia and Ukraine, includes their beverage companies Carlsberg and Coca-Cola, which made 13% or 50% of their sales in Russia. Nivea maker Beiersdorf and France food giant Danone with 6% of their sales in Russia. European stocks with exposure to Ukraine include London-listed iron pellet producer Ferrexpo, with its entire operations being based in the country. Okay, yeah, so S&P closed at 43 0.48. That's, I believe, below a key support level. So the implication of that is that there's a good chance it may fall further, it may retrace further. That's a risk we're facing now. The Dow Jones also closed down as well. Nasdaq also closed down. But right now in the post-market, the futures for S&P is at 4357. Let's see what happens. AMC up 0.11%. BBIG, okay, unchanged. PROG, okay, up 1.95 in this post market. And let's look at some of the stocks we were looking at in the pre-market session. Q and GY, we have a position there. Q and GY down 10.98 and currently up 1.61 now. TTOO is up 3.19, closed up 15.93%. NRGV, let's look at that. NRGV down 4.77 but closed up 11.35. We had this huge target of 23.22 for NRGV, not anywhere close to that. MNPR, let's see. Monopod Therapeutics up gained 3.91% and up 4.19 in this post-market session. Let's look at PLTL, Palantir, down 6.37%, but currently up 0.54. PYPL, PayPal, is down 1.47, but also up slightly, 0.19. Facebook, okay, down 0.75 but unchanged in this post-market session. Okay, KPTI, let's look at that. KPTI gained 19.83. Let's see what the news is, or news was. Karyopharm Therapeutics, okay, gained 17% in this Friday afternoon trading to the highest level in about a year. Okay, trading volume jumped to 13.7 million shares versus a daily average of 2.6 million shares. Okay, there isn't any news. We'll quickly have a look at that chart and see what happened there. The volume was 17.711 million. Let's see, they say that it reached its highest point in this year. Let's look at the daily chart. Okay, at some point it may have exceeded its it may have reached a 52-week high, but right now I think the stock is the underlying trend is a bullish one. I think momentum is very, very strong. Also not a penny stock. KPTI, we'll just have a look and see. Kayo Pharma Therapeutics. Okay, there isn't okay, let's see whether we can go all the way back and see whether there's any news time frame, find out. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see whether we can. Yeah, KPTI. Okay, rallies to its highest level in close to a year, about 4 times average volume, now up 59%. Okay, at some point strength in the name today has been attributed to reports suggesting that the company has cancelled out of a conference. Okay, so we're going to find out what this company does. We'll find out more about it. KPTI. It's good to find a therapeutics company that has a bullish underlying trend. KPTI. Let's see what this company does. KPTI. Kayo Pharma Therapeutics. Okay, the folks at CYN Alpha are saying that the same thing, that it cancelled the conference and it spiked. Is there something positive about that? KO Pharma spikes on cancellation of presentation at SVB Leerink conference. KO Pharma shares surged on Friday. Okay. Last week, commercial stage biotech company announced that it is its chief executive officer Richard Paulson will take part in a fireside chat at the virtual event scheduled for today. However, on a phone call, SVB Leerink analyst Jonathan Chang confirmed its cancellation, according to Bloomberg. KO Pharma has added more than 86% in this year alone, and the company has been considered a potential M&A target despite a need to sidefold in its 2021 top line. KO Pharma shares continue to trade 20% lower than the level a year ago. Okay, let's see whether we can go to their website. Yes, thank you very much. If you just joined us, we're looking at KO Pharma. Okay, this the company is an innovation-driven pharmaceutical company focused on the discovery, development, and commercialization of medicines with the goal of improving lives of patients with cancer and other diseases. Let's see what the pipeline is. Product pipeline. Hematologic malignancies. Okay, this is this one, multiple myeloma, previously treated combo with pomalidomide and dexamethasone. That is projected probably to be in phase 3. Multiple myeloma in phase 2. DLBCL combo with RGDP in phase 3. Myelofibrosis, previously treated, is not sure whether it is an effect at all. Okay, myelofibrosis is in stage 1. Solid tumor malignancies, selinexor, endometrial cancer, phase 3. Glioblastoma is in phase 1. Melanoma, phase 2. CRC metastatics is in well, pretty much still in phase 1. NSCLC, pretty much still in phase 1 as well. Additional oncology programs, eltanexor, myeloid plastic syndromes, phase 2. Partnerships, antigen, license rights to selinexor, eltanexor, verdinexor, and KTP9274 in China. And Vibe Life Sciences holds exclusive world rights to research, develop and commercialize verdinexor only for the treatment of cancer in companion animals. Okay. So it's now down 0.49 in this post market. Is it optionable? Let's see. It is optionable, yes. Okay, let's look at Effector Therapeutics, EFTR. EFTR. Effector Therapeutics. Gain 14.79. Let's find out what's going on there. Effector Therapeutics. There's some disclosures there. Let's get the volumes. 192,055. Right now up 0.96 in this post-market session. Okay. Okay, before we round up, let's quickly have a look at AMC and see what's going on there. Up 0.45, ISPO up 2.17, Inspirator, QNGV, QNGY, is it QNGY? QNG is okay, down 2.41, was down 10.98. CELZ down 1.67. SKYH okay, down 15.86 in this post-market session. MTEK okay, up 2.64%. HOAK up 8% in this post-market session. CYN CYN up 2.3% and this post-market was up 22.54. DTSS down 2.17. Okay, let's look at KPTI as well. KPTI get down 0.14. EFTR up 0.96. Okay, so thank you all very much for joining this live session.